This is Ken Coleman speaking. We present for you another complete game from the Miley Collection. We hope that you enjoy.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kenyon. Greeting you on a beautiful day from Shea Stadium and the third game of the championship playoff series. Right now, the starting lineups are being introduced to the big crowd gathered here at Shea. In just a moment, we'll have the pregame ceremonies, the ceremonial tossing out of the first ball, and our national anthem. The starting pitchers in today's game, for the New York Mets, Gary Gentry. For the Atlanta Braves, it will be Pat Jarvis. Now for the starting lineups and the batting orders of today's third playoff game, here's Ralph Gaynor.
All right, Bob Murphy, and for the Atlanta Braves, the leadoff batter will be Felix Neon at second base. Batting second, playing center field, Tony Gonzalez. Batting third in right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fourth, playing left field, Rico Carty. Batting fifth at first base, Orlando Cepeda. Batting sixth at third base, Clete Boyer. Batting seventh and catching, Bob Didier. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Gil Garrido. And the pitcher, Pat Jarvis, batting ninth. Same lineup, with the exception of the pitcher that started the first two ball games of this best of 3 out of 5. For the New York Mets, Tommie Agee will lead off. He'll be in center field. Batting second at third base, Wayne Garrett. Batting third in left field, Cleon Jones. Batting fourth, playing right field, Art Shamsky. Batting fifth at second base, Ken Boswell. Batting sixth at first base, Ed Greenpool. Batting seventh and catching, Jerry Grote. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Bud Harrelson, and the pitcher, Gary Gentry, batting ninth. Now Enzo Suardi will sing our national anthem right here at Shea Stadium. Suardi singing our national anthem from Shea Stadium. And this great throng here filing into their seats on a big day of baseball from Shea. Now Mayor Lindsay is getting set to throw out the first ball of the ball game. Photographers are in place and the ball thrown out to Jerry Grote, and the ball game is officially on its way. The umpires for the game: Ed Sudol behind home plate, at first base Ed Vargo, at second base Chris Pellicudis, at third base Mel Steiner. Down the line, Al Baldick in left field and Augie Donatelli in right field. The 1st United States Army New York Band, under the direction of Chief Warrant Officer Arthur Shetley, marching off the field now, and the umpires going over the grounds rules with manager Gil Hodges and manager Luman Harris. First two games were won by the Mets. Mets won the first ball game by a score of 9-5. Tom Seaver, the winning pitcher. The losing pitcher was Phil Negro. In the second ball game, the Mets won by a score of 11-6, and Ron Taylor was the winning pitcher. Ron had picked up a save in the first ball game, so he has one save and one win for the Mets in this best of 3 out of 5. Losing pitcher in the second ball game was Ron Reed, the starter for the Atlanta Braves. This ball game, it's Pat Jarvis on the mound. Pat, 28 years of age, will be going against Gary Gentry, who is 23 today. Gary Gentry pitching what might be his biggest ball game on his birthday today, 23 years of age. It was Gary Gentry that won the clinching game for the New York Mets as he defeated the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 6-0 back on September 24th. And Gary Gentry in his first year of baseball, having only approximately 2 years of experience in professional baseball, will be going in this ball game for the Mets. The conditions of the field are good, exceptionally good. Down the left field line, 341, in left center, 371, in straightaway center field, 410. Same dimensions on the right side. Very little breeze at all blowing here at Shea today. An overcast sky of some sort. Sunshiny but with haze. Now the New York Mets, the Eastern Division champions, taking the field for their first game here at Shea Stadium. Baltimore scheduled to play against Minnesota. They have a 2-game edge in their best of 3 out of 5. That game will start at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. And it looks as though we're going to have a standing room only crowd again here at Shea Stadium. The Mets drew over 2 million fans last year, 2 million in their past season, 175,000 plus. And a great crowd here again today. Mets in their greatest year, won 100 ball games, lost 62. Atlanta won their division by 3 games. The Mets won their division by 8. And Atlanta had a record of 93 and 69. Mets having the best winning percentage of any team in the combined Western and Eastern Division of the National League. And Gary Gentry now taking his warm-up pitches. He won 13, lost 12 this year. And he has a record against the Braves of no wins and 1 loss. Pat Jarvis has a lifetime record against the Mets of 4 wins and 4 losses. He had a record for the 1969 season of 13 wins and 11 losses. And now the leadoff batter stepping in the batter's box, and here for the play-by-play as this game gets underway, Bob Murphy.
All right, Ralph, Felix Millan will lead off against Gary Gentry, and it's been a good series for the Atlanta second baseman. Millan has had 4 hits and 7 times at bat. Here's the pitch. Fastball, high, ball 1. Magnificent day. The skies are brilliant, blue and clear. It is perfectly comfortable for the big crowd gathered at Shea, and the pitch by Gentry is high, ball 2. Gary 0-1 against the Atlanta Braves this year. But he had 1 start against Atlanta in which he shut out the Braves for 9 innings, left the game for a pinch hitter. Game the Mets ultimately lost 1-0. Now Grote setting up the target. The 2-0 delivery is over. A call strike gets 2-1. Mets hoping to wind it up this afternoon at Shea Stadium. The 2-1 delivery hit high in the air, a pop-up to short right field. Art Shamsky drifting in, draws a beat on it, makes the catch, 1 out. Now the number 2 hitter of the Atlanta batting order, Tony Gonzalez, the center fielder. Tony has 3 for 9 in the 2 ball games, including a home run and a 2-base hit. On the year, Gonzalez, 10-year veteran, hit .269. He finished the season in the midst of a hot streak, and as a result, Luman Harris has had Gonzalez in center instead of Felipe Alou. And a breaking ball over, strike one call. Felipe's had a bad leg, but could play. Now Gentry out of his windup. The pitch to Gonzalez off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gary Gentry, lean rookie right-hander from Phoenix, Arizona. His 1-1 delivery to Tony Gonzalez, a changeup that's outside, 2-1. Wayne Garrett playing even with the bag, wide of the line at third. The shortstop, Bud Harrelson, shaded a stride towards second. On the right side of the infield, Ken Boswell and Ed Kranepool. And a line drive to the opposite field, a base hit by Tony Gonzalez, taken by Cleon Jones and pegged back into the middle of the diamond. It brings up Henry Aaron. During the regular season, Aaron hit 44 home runs and knocked 97 runs in. He has hit 2 home runs in the playoffs. He had a 3-run homer in yesterday's game in Atlanta. Hank Aaron batted an even 300 for the year. So with 1 out and 1 on, Gary Gentry checks the runner. And the pitch is a slider on the outside corner, strike 1. Baltimore and Minnesota play this afternoon in Minnesota. That game will get underway at 2:30 New York time. And ex-Met Bob Miller is going to pitch for Minnesota. Now the pitch on the way off the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Orioles, leading by 2 games, it will be Jim Palmer. The World Series gets underway on Saturday, October 11th. Now Kranepool holds against the runner. The pitch by Gentry. Curve, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hank Aaron. Crowd still coming in here at Shea. This will not be a capacity crowd, but it will be very close to it. The outfield shaded a bit toward left against Aaron. And the pitch by Gentry is hit in the air to center field. It's deep. Back goes Tommie Agee to the warning track. It may go. It's gone. A home run. A 2-run homer to center field by Hank Aaron. That ball really took off. I didn't think it was hit that well when it first went in the air. And it wound up clearing the center field fence and smacking against the backdrop. For Aaron, his 3rd home run in 3 days. It went right over the 410 mark and straight away center. And the Braves jump into a 2-0 lead. Now the hitter is Rico Carty, the left fielder. Gentry out of his windup. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, ball 1. Tommie Agee started gliding back very gracefully. It looked like he was going to have a play on that ball hit by Aaron, but it really carried. Low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Henry Aaron, who has 534 regular season home runs, belting a 2-run homer. Ground ball hit to short, snagged by Harrelson. His peg across the Kranepool, retires Rico Carty. 2 men away. Well, Henry Aaron has hit a home run in each of the 3 playoff games. For Aaron, then, actually this year, he's now hit 47 home runs, 44 in the regular season, and 3 in the playoffs. Orlando Cepeda stepping in. Orlando had 22 homers, 88 RBIs during the season. And he takes outside, ball 1. The on-deck batter is Cleet Boyer. Swing out a miss. He gave that one the big cut. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tommie Agee shading a couple of strides to right center against Cepeda. The pitch by Gentry is in the dirt, snagged nicely by Gary Grote, 2 balls and a strike. Two-one delivery. Cha-Cha hits it foul down the left field line and over into the field boxes. Tremendous press coverage gathered here at Shea for this, the third playoff game. Now Jerry Grote waits for the next delivery, and it's pulled foul far back up into the crowd and out of play. Very gentle breeze blowing out in favor of the batters. I don't think it had any bearing at all on Aaron's home run. He just really clouded it. Aaron has that graceful, even swing. Ball just seems to explode off the bat. Now Gary Gentry pitches 2-2. Low, outside, ball 3, and we have a full count on Orlando Cepeda. In the playoffs, Cepeda has 3 hits and 8 times at bat. Orlando has played on 2 National League Championship teams, the Giants and the Cardinals. 3-2 delivery. Foul ball back toward our broadcasting booth and out of play. The ceremonial first ball was thrown out today by Mayor John V. Lindsay. The national anthem was sung by Enzo Stuardi. Helicopter hovering just over the outfield watching the ball game. If you can't get a ticket, that's the only way to go. 3-2 delivery, pulled foul deep down the left field line by Orlando Cepeda. The Atlanta Braves will have Pat Jarvis on the mound in today's game. Jarvis, a stocky right-hander and a tremendous competitor. During the regular season, defeated the New York Mets twice. On the year with Atlanta, Pat Jarvis won 13 and lost 11. Pitching 3-2. And a drive in the air toward the left field corner. It's going to be in for an extra base hit. Ball bouncing off the wall where it's grabbed by Cleon Jones. And Cepeda goes into second with a double. Well, the Braves opening up seriously here in the first inning. They have 2 runs in on a single by Gonzalez, a home run over the center field fence by Hank Aaron. And now a 2-base hit by Orlando Cepeda.
Third baseman, number 6,
Third baseman Cleet Boyer will be facing Gary Gentry. Boyer hit .249 for the season, had 14 home runs and 57 runs batted in. Beautiful day and a big crowd at the stadium. First time in Mets baseball history they are in a championship series. Now Orlando Cepeda takes a short lead off second. Gary Gentry makes the 1-second stop, and the pitch on the way. It's fouled back toward the crowd behind first base. Games 3, 4, and 5 are scheduled here for Shea Stadium. And in the American League playoffs, 3, 4, and 5 will be in Minneapolis. That game should get underway at 2:30 with Bob Miller pitching against Jim Palmer. Bob Miller was one of the original New York Mets in 1962 and won his only game of the season on the last day of the season. Slow ground ball hustling in is Wayne Garrett. He'll have to throw hard. He guns it, and the side is out. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. And the score in the middle of the first, the Atlanta Braves 2 and the New York Mets nothing.
Hornet is the little rich car, the car with so much more. It's new from American Motors, the little rich car, Hornet. That's it. see, Hornet is the first American car really designed to be a small car, instead of just a smaller, cheaper version of a big car. The little rich car, Hornet. Get it?
See your Northeast American Motors dealer having the most exciting auto show in town. Whatever you want in a car, he's got it ready for immediate delivery. Your Northeast American Motors dealer.
On the mound for the Atlanta Braves this afternoon is right-hander Pat Jarvis, 13-11 on the year, and lifetime 4-4 against New York. Behind the plate, rookie Bob Didier. In the infield, Orlando Cepeda is at first, Felix Millan playing second. Gil Garrido is the shortstop, and Clete Boyer is at third. Rico Carty in left field, Tony Gonzalez in center, and Henry Aaron is around at right. And Tommie Agee will lead off for the New York Mets. Tommie has 2 for 9 in the series, including a 2-run homer belted yesterday in Atlanta. Right-hand hitter with good power, and the pitch by Jarvis is high, ball 1. We are pleased that today's playoff game is being carried around the world by the American Forces Radio Network to our servicemen. High, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Eddie Yost coaching at third, and Yogi Berra on the lines at first. The Braves lead 2-0 on a 2-run homer by Henry Aaron. Now Jarvis out of his windup, fires, line drive, hit down the left field line, and it's a fair ball going into the corner. Agee around first is on his way to second, and Tommie pulls into second with a double. Tommie Agee leading off the Mets attack with a 2-base hit into the left field corner. It was well hit. And on the first base hit by the first batter up, the sign goes to the Atlanta bullpen for warm-up action. And Wayne Garrett steps in. Wayne's had 4 for 9 in the series, and he takes outside ball 1. In the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves, left-hander George Stone starts to warm up. Boyer is in close at third against Garrett. And a call strike on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery, ground ball pulled foul down the first base line. Beyond the reach of Orlando Cepeda, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. During the regular season against Pat Jarvis, Wayne Garrett came up with 5 hits and 10 times at bat. Pitching 1 and 2, and a line drive that is caught by Jarvis. He throws the second, double play. Oh, what a play by Pat Jarvis, and it really shook him up. A line drive that he caught right in front of his face, and Jarvis is visibly shaken. He then turned around and threw the second to double up Tommie Agee. And Jarvis walks all the way over to third base. He's still shaking from that. He got his glove up just in the nick of time. And he caught a hard line drive right in front of his face. Two outs and nobody on as the result of the double play, and Cleon Jones coming up. Well, Agee hit a line drive into the left field corner for a double, and Garrett hit what normally would have been a base hit. But Jarvis got his glove up just in front of his face to haul it down. The batter is Cleon Jones, who hit .340 during the season. And he takes high, ball 1. In the playoffs, Cleon has 4 for 10, including a 2-run homer. Right-hander Jarvis fires and it's foul back over the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Although there are some empty seats at Shea Stadium, they obviously were purchased but not used. And we do have a standing room crowd. The 1-1 delivery to Cleon. Line drive into right field. A base hit. For 3 minutes in a row, hit the ball hard against Pat Jarvis. But at the moment, 2 outs and 1 on. That's Cleon's 5th base hit of the series. And it brings up Art Shamsky. Shamsky, the Mets' leading hitter in the playoff series, has had 6 hits in 9 times at bat. During the regular season, Art hit 300. Now Jarvis checks the runner, and the pitch by Shamsky is off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Ken Boswell is the on-deck hitter. We are in the first inning, and the Braves lead on a 2-run homer by Hank Aaron. High foul pop back toward the crowd. No play for DDA, the Atlanta catcher. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Cleon leads off first. And the pitch to Shamsky, a changeup, a good one on the inside corner to call strike. Following the double play, George Stone, who had been warming up in the bullpen, took a seat. But now, after the base hit by Cleon, they get him back up. There is no tomorrow for the Atlanta Braves. They must win to stay alive. Inside and low, and the count is 2-2. The Mets winning the first 2 games in Atlanta, and they were both high-scoring ball games, which was quite a surprise since it is rare that the Mets pitching staff gives up many runs in a ball game. Mets won the games in Atlanta 9-5 and 11-6. Tom Seaver and Ron Taylor were the winning pitchers. And now Shamsky holds up, and it's outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count on Art Shamsky. There goes the runner. Here's the pitch. Call, strike 3. Shamsky is caught looking. He picked off the outside corner and made a good pitch. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. At the end of 1 inning, the Atlanta Braves 2, the New York Mets nothing.
Hello, I'm Wally Cox for Canada Dry with news of a real refreshment breakthrough. It's new Sport Cola, the new kind of cola, 99% caffeine-free. It happened this way. We thought about you parents who may not want your kids to have caffeine, or who even avoid it yourselves. And we asked the question, what does the caffeine ingredient do for a good, healthy thirst? The answer, practically nothing. Then our Canada Dry Flavor Masters went to work and created Sport Cola. A rich, refreshing, full-flavored cola. A kicky, clean-tasting cola that does nice cola things for your thirst and does them without added caffeine. We are quite pleased. Try Sport Cola, the new kind of cola. 99% caffeine-free. Sport Cola.
We go to the second inning, and before Bob Didier steps in, we'll step out for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
You're listening to New York Mets Baseball from WKAJ-FM 102.3 on your FM dial in Saratoga Springs, New York.
Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner. Bob Didier, left-handed rookie catcher, takes inside ball 1 from Gary Gentry. Now the pitch by Gentry. Hit in the air to left center. Agee hustling over, going full speed. In the alley, makes the catch. As Tommie took off on the run from his center field spot, he dug a divot. Slowed him up just for a moment, then he turned it on and got into the fly ball in left center. Gil Grote, the shortstop for the Atlanta Braves, hit .214 during the season. He took over as the regular shortstop the second half of the year after the All-Star break. Now the pitch by Gentry. Hard slider on the outside corner, strike one. Both the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets were sensational down the stretch drive. Off the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. In the month of September, the Mets won 23 and lost only 7. And the Atlanta Braves won 20 while losing only 5. Curve low and away, 2-1 to Gil Grote. Braves leading 2-0 on a 2-run homer over the center field fence by Hank Aaron. Good fastball by Gentry. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitching 2-2. Off the outside corner, 3-2. The managers have not named their pitchers for the 4th game of the series. Undoubtedly, for Atlanta, it will be Phil Niekro. Unless the Mets win today and wind it up. Too high, and Gentry walks Garrido.
Batting in the ninth position. Pitcher, number 33. Pat Jarvis, number 33.
Now the Atlanta pitcher, Pat Jarvis, will be hitting, and the Mets look for the bunt. Jarvis had 8 hits and 71 trips during the regular season. Wayne Garrett comes in close, looking for the sacrifice. He is around to bunt, but doesn't offer, and the pitch is outside and high, ball 1. Eddie Cranepool is holding against Gil Grote. He squares around, bunts foul, back over the screen, no play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pat Jarvis. Felix Millan is the on-deck batter. In the game yesterday, Millan, the leadoff batter, was on base 5 times in a row. One delivery, a full swing, and a foul ball, no play. Now the 1-2 delivery, and he squares around, tries to bunt, and misses, strike 3. Now 2 men away, 1 on, and coming up to hit Felix Millan, the leadoff batter. Millan flied to right, leading off the ballgame. Millan has 4 hits and 8 times at bat in the series. Felix was the all-star second baseman in the National League, winning the nomination over Glenn Beckert of Chicago. And a fastball outside, ball 1. During the regular season, the Mets were very successful at Shea Stadium. They were 22 games over 500, winning 52 and losing 30. They started rather slowly at Shea this year, but that was in the early part of the year when 3 of their 5 starting pitchers were out with injuries. From June through the end of the year, the Mets compiled an outstanding record at home. And a fly ball hit to left field. Cleon Jones, jogging toward the line, is under it now and makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of an inning and a half, the Atlanta Braves 2, the New York Mets nothing.
Natal Ramblers South Broadway, Saratoga announces International's once-a-year clearance sale of new International Scouts, the easiest driving, smoothest driving workhorse in International stable, at old-fashioned prices and on terms that won't tie you down. The Scout with optional four-wheel drive goes anywhere. It will get you out of any rut and through any day of work or play with ease and style. New body style, soft top, hard top, or cab top. This International Scout sellout lets you have the style you want, the power you want, the options you want, and the trade you want at best of the year prices while they last. So come in to Natal Rambler, South Broadway, Saratoga. Pick your power, thrifty 4 or 6-cylinder engine, or the new 304 cubic inch 193 horsepower V8, and corral the smoothest, toughest action mobile in the country, the new International Scout.
Now the last of the second inning, New York trailing Atlanta 2-0. And Ken Boswell faces Pat Jarvis. Boswell had a 2-run homer in the victory yesterday in Atlanta. He looks at a pitch off the outside corner, 1 ball and no strikes. Pat Jarvis has the nickname of the Bulldog because he is such an outstanding competitor on the mound. Under the knees, ball 2, it's 2-0. Well, the crowd here at Shea is starting to stir around, and a line drive base hit to left center field for Kenny Boswell. Nico Carty plays the ball back in. Boswell opening up the New York second with a single to the opposite field. It brings up Ed Craneboom. Atlanta will play Craneboom as a pull hitter. Eddie bats left and he has power. The pitch by Jarvis is outside and high. It's ball 1. Pat Jarvis is from Carlisle, Illinois. During his collegiate days, he studied at Murray State College in Murray, Kentucky. This was his 3rd full year with the Braves. Foul back over the screen, no play. Last year, Jarvis was 16-12, and the year before, 15-10. Eddie Craneboom has 2 for 8 in the series. Pitch thrown by Jarvis. Curve is swung on and foul tipped, I believe. It was. Boswell took off for second. He wasn't taking any chances. Now the umpires waved him back to first base. And the count is 1-2 on Craneboom. Eddie, one of the original Mets. If you were an original Met, that means you played on the 1962 team. This is the 8th year of the expansion. At the time, Eddie was barely 18 years old. Pitch thrown by Jarvis, breaking ball that is low, and the count is even at 2-2. Eddie will not be 25 until November. Line drive in the air to right field. Aaron in front of it makes the catch. That's the hardest ball Craneboom has hit in the series, and he gets nothing for it. Hard line drive, but right to Hank Aaron in right field. Mets have had 3 hits. Each team has 3, but the Braves lead 2-0 on Aaron's 2-run homer. Clete Boyer coming over from third to talk now with his pitcher, Pat Jarvis. Manager Lumen Harris of Atlanta had left-hander George Stone warming up in the first inning. Jarvis got himself out of a big jam when he flagged down a line drive just in front of his face, and then threw to second base for a double play. Jerry Grote, the batter, and it's on the inside corner, strike one call. Breeze blowing from right across toward left now. The game started to seem to be more direct from center field toward the plate. So the advantage now is to the right-hand batters if they pull the ball to left field. And a throw to Cepeda at first, not in time. Boswell easily gets back. Bud Harrelson waits on deck. Inside and high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 delivery. Foul ball back over the backstop and up into the crowd. Well, I wish you were here today. What a beautiful day, and the excitement and the fun of a championship series game. Now Jarvis up in pitching position, makes the full stop, a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slow curve by Pat Jarvis fans Jerry Grote. And Bud Harrelson comes up. Good series for Bud Harrelson. Bud has 2 hits and 8 times at bat, but he's knocked in 5 runs in the first 2 ball games. With Harrelson hitting left-handed, and he is a switch hitter. Rico Carty, the Atlanta left fielder, is over within about 10 yards of the left field line. And Harrelson bluffs at a bunt. It's ball 1. Mets pitcher Gary Gentry is on deck. And a knee-high strike by Jarvis. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery. Slow ground ball to shortstop. Charge again, Gil Garrido. He guns it, and it's in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left. At the end of 2 innings, the Atlanta Braves 2, and the New York Mets nothing.
What do you think of when someone mentions Italian food? Spaghetti? Pizza? You'll find them at Mangino's restaurant, and they are good. But you'll find that there's much more in the world of Italian cuisine when you eat at Mangino's. Try lobster fra diavolo, shrimp marinara, or lobster mangino. These are just some of the dishes featured at Mangino's. In addition to their regular menu, Mangino's features weekly specials. They also offer seafood, including lobster tails equal to the best anywhere, plus steaks and chops to satisfy the most discriminating taste. Enjoy supper or lunch today at Mangino's restaurant on the south end of Saratoga Lake. The kitchen also stays open for late suppers. You'll find Mangino's on Route 9P, just 2 miles from Route 9 on the south end of Saratoga Lake.
Now the 3rd inning at Shea Stadium. The Braves in front 2-0 on the 2-run homer by Hank Aaron in the 1st inning. Tony Gonzalez will be up against Gary Gentry, and coming up to paint the word picture for you, Ralph Kainer.
Thank you, Bob Murphy, and hi, everyone. And Tony Gonzalez steps in. Tony, a left-hand batter. And Gary Gentry with his first pitch. It's hit hard to right field. Might be extra bases. Going over is Shamsky to backhand it and hold it to a single. So Gonzalez, who singled to left field off a fastball, singles to right field. And that's the fourth hit in the ball game for the Atlanta Braves. And it brings up Hank Aaron, who had a 2-run home run his first time up. Hank has had 3 home runs, and he has been a hot man in this ball game. And the first pitch, a slow curveball, looked at for a called strike. Aaron in this series has had 4 hits and 11 times up. The Atlanta Braves leading by a score of 2-0, and they have a runner at first base with no one out here in the top of the third. Aaron in the regular season batted .300. Fastball right in tight, and he has to duck away, and his helmet comes off his head. He does not go to the ground. It's 1-1. Hank wears his batting helmet on top of his regular felt cap. He had to move in a hurry, and that helmet flew off his head. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gentry sets up, and the pitch back to the plate. Swung on and missed, and Gentry gets the curveball by. It's 1-2. Braves got 2 runs and 3 hits in the first inning. They had a runner on in the second on a walk, and have a runner on here with no one out in the third. Jim McAndrew is now warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. And Gentry with the 1-2 pitch. It's in tight, a high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hank Aaron, number 44. And he hit 44 home runs this year. He was 1 short of Willie McCovey, who had 45 for the National League lead. 2-2 pitch, hit hard to left center field. Another base hit. Could be extra bases. Going over as Agee makes a fine pickup. His throw to second base is not in time. And Aaron goes off with a stand-up double. And on the play, Gonzalez goes to third. So Aaron continues his heavy hitting against the New York Mets. That is his 5th hit. He's now had 3 home runs, 1 double. And it brings Rube Walker out to the mound. Rube, the pitching coach of the New York Mets. You know why the head on your beer is so important? Because as long as that head's still there, so is all that lively beer flavor. And that's why the Rheingold 10-minute head is a sign of a truly great beer. The Rheingold 10-minute head. Haven't you timed it yet? Runners at second and third. No one out, and Rico Carty the batter. Now Nolan Ryan has joined Jim McAndrew in the bullpen, warming up for the Mets. Carty grounded out to short his first time up. Rico in the series with 2 hits and 7 times up, and the first pitch is over for a called strike. Mets have Eddie Kranepool, the first baseman, playing in for a play at the plate. Also the third baseman, Wayne Garrett. The shortstop and the second baseman are back to guard against 2-run scoring. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Inside, and it is off the bat. A foul tip caught by Jerry Grote, and strike 2. Carty was trying to get out of the way, and the ball nicked the bat. Grote called the attention of the play to Ed Sudol, and then he made the call. So a 2-strike count. And Gentry sets. Here's the pitch. Inside and high, a fastball missing, 1-2. Carty in the regular season had a .342 average. He was in 104 ball games. Now the next delivery, and the pitch is hit foul into the stands. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. No one out. Runners at second and third. The Atlanta Braves at bat, and they lead by a score of 2-0. On at third base, Tony Gonzalez behind him, Hank Aaron. Gentry a long look at the signs, and Carty steps out of the batter's box. Field conditions here today are perfect. No shadows on the field, bright sunlight. Very little breeze blowing. Now the 1-2 pitch. And Carty lines it down the left field line, but it's foul. Tremendous drive, foul by about 20 feet into the stands down the left field line. So Gentry takes another look at where that ball lit. Count stays at 1-2. Carty hit 16 home runs in the regular season, and that is going to be all for Gary Gentry, I believe. Here comes Gil Hodges out to the mound. They have suspended the automatic rule that is in force in the National League season of 2 trips to the mound, meaning an automatic ejection of the pitcher. But Gil now is out to talk to Gary Gentry. He takes a long look out to his bullpen. He has 2 warming up there, and the sign is going out. And it will be either Nolan Ryan or Jim McAndrew coming in the ball game. Looks like it's going to be Nolan Ryan. Number 30 coming in the ball game. He has a job ahead of him. The count 1-2 on Rico Carty. Runners at second and third. No one out. The Braves leading by a score of 2-0. Ryan has appeared in 1 game start against the Atlanta Braves. He was not involved in the decision. He worked 2 innings, gave up no runs, has a 0 ERA. So Gary Gentry gets a hand as he goes off the mound to the dugout. Ryan making his appearance to the mound. He was in 25 ball games in the regular season. Well, the Atlanta Braves got off to a fast start. In the first inning, the first batter, Felix Millan, popped up to right field. But then Tony Gonzalez singled to left field, and Hank Aaron on a 3-2 pitch hit a home run that hit the center field flagpole. That put the Braves in front 2-0. The Mets got an out as Rico Carty grounded out to shortstop, but then Orlando Cepeda doubled in the left field corner. But Gentry survived as he got Cleon Boyer to ground out to third. Mets on their side have hit the ball hard off starting pitcher Pat Jarvis. But they have yet to score. Tommie Agee led off with a double down the left field line. Wayne Garrett almost took an arm off Jarvis as he lined back to the mound. Jarvis in self-defense caught the ball and doubled Agee off second. Cleon Jones, the third batter, lined a base hit to right field, but then Archamsky was called on strikes in a 3-2 pitch. Boswell led off the second and lined a single to left. Rainpool lined out to the right fielder. Jerry Grote was struck out in the change of pace, and Bud Harrelson grounded out to short. So it stands at 2-0 in favor of the Atlanta Braves. Nolan Ryan, a big, strong, hard-throwing right-hander. He has averaged a strikeout in the inning. In 89 and 1/3 innings, Nolan Ryan has given up only 60 hits. He has allowed 35 earned runs, walked 53, struck out 92. And he'll be working to Rico Carty with a count at 1-2 strikes. A long foul ball by Carty, knocking Gary Gentry out of the box. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Ryan strikes out Rico Carty. So the Mets, using their strikeout pitcher, getting a strikeout, and that brings up Orlando Cepeda, who doubled his first time up. Cepeda in this series has had 4 hits and 9 times up, and the Mets are going to put him on. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Mets putting him on to set up a possible double play. There's ball 2. And they'll be pitching to Cleon Boyer. And the pitch outside, ball 3. And now ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That'll bring up Clete Boyer, who grounded out to third his first time up. Boyer, a right-hand batter. Mets set their infield back at short at second for the double play. They have their first baseman and third baseman, Ed Kranepool and Wayne Garrett, in even with a bag for a play either to home or second. And Ryan waiting for the sign from Jerry Grote. He has it. Here's the short windup and the pitch. It's swung on and missed, strike one. Ryan with a blazing fastball, picking up a strike. Boyer in the series has had 3 runs batted in with 1 hit and 6 times up. A sacrifice fly and a single that drove in 2 runs. Now Ryan again into the short windup and the pitch. It is swung on and fouled back into the stand, strike 2. A 2-strike count. Tony Gonzalez is on third base. Behind him, Hank Aaron. A single and a double. And on first base, Orlando Cepeda. The 2-strike pitch. It is swung on and fouled back. So the count remains at strike 2. Atlanta Braves leading 2-0. They have the bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the third. Now again, the 2-strike pitch to Clete Boyer. And it's taken just high. Boyer started the swing, then held off, and the count goes to 1-2. Ryan again with the fastball. He has yet to throw a curve. Now again, it's Ryan back to Clete Boyer, and the pitch is taken for a ball, strike 3. Another blazing fastball, and Boyer is struck out. Now with 2 men away. The infield drops back, and the batter coming up is Bob Didier. Didier will be batting left-handed against the right-hand pitcher. His first time up, he was out in a good play by Tommie Agee in center field on a fly ball. During the regular season, Didier batted .256. In this series, he's 0 for 9. Mets playing shallow and straight away. And Ryan into the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Nolan Ryan in relief of Gary Gentry. And the 1-strike delivery. It is just outside, about knee-high, a fastball missing 1-1. Now the sign is out. The short wind-up and pitch. And it's swung on and fouled back, strike 2. So this large crowd here in anticipation. Majority hoping that Ryan can bail Gentry out of this jam. Here's the windup, the 1-2 pitch. It is outside. A fastball just missing, blowing away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan, 6'2", 195 pounds. And here's the windup and the pitch, the 2-2 pitch, fouled off into the stands, out of play, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan, 22 years of age. Signed by the Mets in 1965. Once again, the windup. And the pitch to Didier. It is fouled into the stand. Ball fouled off on the third base side, and the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gary Gentry got credit for 2 innings of work before Ryan relieved him. charged with 2 runs. He gave up 5 hits. Struck out 1 and walked 1. Now again, here's the 2-2 pitch. It is hit out to left field. Cleon Jones will get to it. He moves over by the foul line, takes the catch to the side, retires. Nolan Ryan with a tremendous performance. Coming in with no one out, runners at second and third, striking out 2, walking 1 intentionally, and getting the final out on a fly ball to left field. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on in the score. In the middle of the third, the Atlanta Braves 2, New York Mets nothing.
Ski Heil. It may seem early for this greeting, but the weather is turning colder, and skiing will be here before you know it. If you're just starting to ski, or if you'd like to upgrade your skis, check these values. Here at Walton Sport Shop in Saratoga, we're having a pre-season clearance sale on last year's models. Here are some of the specific items that have been reduced. Just 5 pairs of metal skis, which were $89.95, have been priced at $60. Only 2 pair of atomic metal skis are on sale. Normally $104.95. They've been reduced to $70. A selection of wooden skis ranging from $31.95 to $49.95 are sale priced at $20 to $30. Lace double ski boots, usually $30 to $35 a pair, have been reduced to $15 to $20. Check the preseason savings now at Walton Sport Shop, where sportsmen cater to sportsmen.
We're going to the bottom of the third, and Nolan Ryan coming up. We pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is New York Mets Baseball on WKAJ-FM 102.3, Saratoga Springs, New York.
Ralph Kiner along with Bob Murphy and Lindsey Nelson from Shea Stadium. And the first pitch to Nolan Ryan by Pat Jarvis is swung on a miss, strike 1. Ryan has had 3 hits and 29 times up this year. He has driven in 2 runs. He has struck out 15 times. Jarvis back, and a breaking pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, strike 2. Pat Jarvis with a record of 13 and 11 in the regular season, pitching for the Atlanta Braves. He has been reached for no runs and 3 hits. 2-strike delivery. Fastball outside, the count 1-2. Mets will have Tommie Agee behind Ryan and Wayne Garrett coming up in this inning. They have hit Jarvis hard but have not been able to score. Braves lead 2-0 on a 2-run home run by Hank Aaron. The 1-2 pitch. It is swung on and missed, strike 3. So Ryan becomes the 3rd strikeout victim. And it brings up Tommie Agee. Agee doubled down the left field corner his first time up. His 3rd hit in the series. He's been up 10 times. He has had 1 home run and 2 runs batted in. Braves 2, Mets nothing. 1 away, bottom half of the 3rd. And the pitch is drilled to center field. It's going, and it's long gone. Goodbye. Tommie Agee with a tremendous home run to center field, his 2nd in the series. And now the batter coming up is Wayne Garrett, and the first pitch is over, a called strike. Garrett line back to the pitcher his first time up, almost took his arm off. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Change up curve that's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, George Stone is starting to throw in the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves. He has been up in every inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is over, a call, strike 2, a breaking ball. The Atlanta Braves 2, the Mets on the scoreboard with a home run from Tommie Agee. Now at 1-2, the pitch by Jarvis, a right-hander, a changeup inside. It's 2-2. Wayne Garrett with 4 hits and 10 times up in the series. Pass from a closed stance, the left-hand batter, and now at 2-2. The pitch to Garrett. It is swung on and fouled back. So the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Signs go out, the windup, and pitch. It is over the outside corner, a call, strike 3, and Jarvis with the curveball strikes out Garrett for his 4th strikeout in the ball game. That'll bring up Cleon Jones. Cleon singled to right field his first time up. He's had 5 hits and 11 times up in the series. He has had 4 runs batted in, 1 home run. Mets trailing by 1. 2 men away, bottom half of the 3rd. George Stone, a left-hander, continues to warm up in the bullpen for the Braves. Now the windup and pitch to Cleon. And it's hit foul into the stand, strike 1. One strike count. Cleon lined a fastball that was outside and high to right field for his base hit. And the 1 strike delivery. Change-up swung on a miss. It's 1 strike 2. Cleon asking for time to get set in the batter's box, now back in. And the 2 strike delivery. High for a ball. Both Yogi Berra, the first base coach, and Eddie Yost, the third base coach, are in fielding position in the coaching box. That's the guard against any hard hit ball that might come their way. Now at 1-2, the pitch to Jones. Change up, he swung and missed. Strike 3, 5 strikeouts in the ball game for Jarvis. But in the inning, the Mets score a run on a home run by Tommie Agee, their only base hit. No errors and no one left on base in the score at the end of 3. The Atlanta Braves 2, the New York Mets 1.
Hey, are you an American Motors dealer?
Yes, sir.
Are you the guy that's gonna try to sell me that new little low-priced Hornet?
Yes, would you like to...
Say, how come you call it the Little Rich Car anyway?
Well, there are a lot of reasons. For one thing, Hornet is the first American car really designed to be a small car instead of just a smaller, cheaper version of a big car.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, a standard 128 6-cylinder engine, for one thing, and that's bigger than any other car of its kind. Electronically balanced wheels, solid aluminum grille.
But what about options?
Well, what do you want? Power steering, power brakes, factory air, 304 cubic inch V8 engine, plaid upholstery.
Hey, wait a minute. What if I'm not that rich?
Then you just say when, anywhere in between.
I'll say when, all right. When can I get my Hornet?
See your Northeast American Motors dealer having the most exciting auto show in town. Whatever you want in a car, he's got it ready for immediate delivery. Your Northeast American Motors dealer.
Number 7. We're going now to the top of the 4th inning. Gil Garrido, the first batter for the Atlanta Braves, and the first pitch by Ryan is high, a fastball, missing ball 1. Garrido walked his first time up. 2 hits and 8 times up in the series, and the pitch by Ryan is hit out to center field. Tommie Agee with a soft fly ball, and he moves back and makes the play. 1 away. That'll bring up the pitcher, Pat Jarvis. Jarvis tosses the bats away and forgets that he has no bat to bring to the plate, so he reaches down and picks one up. Pat struck out, missing a bunt his first time up. He has been up 71 times with 8 base hits in the regular season. 4 runs batted in. He's a right-hand batter, and the first pitch is swung on a miss, strike 1. Again, the fastball. Ryan has yet to throw a curve. He came in the ball game in relief of Gary Gentry with runners at 2nd and 3rd and no one out. Now a little pop-up foul out of play, and the count strike 2. He struck out Rico Carty. The count was 1 ball and 2 strikes when he came in the ball game. He threw him 1 pitch and struck him out. Orlando Cepeda, the next batter, was walked intentionally, and then he struck out Cleve Boyer, got him looking at a fastball. And then Bob Didier flied out to left field, and Ryan bailed Gentry out of the jam. Next pitch back, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Ryan gets his 3rd strikeout. That'll bring up Felix Millan. Felix is 0 for 2 in the game. The Atlanta Braves lead 2-1 with 2 men out. We're in the top of the 4th. Millan's had 4 hits and 9 times up in the series. A fly ball to right field in this ball game his first time up, and a fly ball to left field his next time up. And a fastball over, called strike. And Millan has yet to swing at the first pitch in any time at bat in this series. The 1 strike delivery. It is a curveball that bounces in the dirt about 6 feet in front of home plate. That was the first curve that Ryan has thrown in the game. Now at 1-1, the pitch to Millan. Again a curve, it's grounded out to short. But Harrelson takes the second out, fires to first base, the side is retired. 1-2-3 for Nolan Ryan, and the score, the middle of the 4th. The Atlanta Braves 2, the New York Mets 1.
I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know why you refresh me like you do. I don't know why you just breathe so clean. You always quench my thirst, you're not a sweet thing. You always go so well with what I'm eating. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just couldn't try ginger. We don't know why we just can't try ginger.
Whoever expected such a different tasting soft drink to be loved by so many?
We don't know why.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale, the unexpected soft drink.
We're going now to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mets trailing by 1. And the first batter for New York will be Art Shamsky. On the mound, Pat Jarvis. The Mets have raced him for 1 run on 4 base hits. The run scoring on a home run by Tommie Agee. Shamsky was struck out his first time up. And a changeup is line to right. Aaron charging, but he can't get to it, and he takes it on 1 hop. And the Mets have a base hit. A time run at first. No one out in the 4th, and Ken Boswell coming up. Once again, the phone rings in the bullpen, and the Atlanta Brave bullpen starts up again. It's, again, George Stone. Art Shamsky with that base hit now has had 7 hits and 11 times up in the championship series. Boswell singled to left field his first time up. Time run at first. Boyer's in looking for a possible sacrifice. And the first pitch. It is taken low, a fastball. Boswell was hitting away. Hits are all even at 5 apiece. And the 1-0 pitch. Over for a called strike. It's 1-1. Boswell's other base hit was a home run with a man on yesterday's ball game. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And it's low and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. No one out. Bottom half of the 4th inning. The score, Atlanta 2. The Mets 1. And the Mets have a runner at first. Now at 2-1, the pitch to Boswell. It is over for a call strike. Pitch over the outside part of the plate above the knees. So the count now 2-2. Ed Sudol, the home plate umpire, brushes off the plate. Boswell checking the count. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Pat Jarvis in the set position and the pitch. It is hit deep to right field. It's going. It is going goodbye. Who had not hit a home run until yesterday. From July 16th now has hit 2 in a row. Yesterday and today, and the Mets have taken the lead 3-2, and that brings up Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool line to right, his first time up, and he hits a hard smash down the right field line. It'll be extra bases. Kranepool makes the turn at first. In the corner, fielding the ball is Hank Aaron to play at third base, and Kranepool slides in, and he is out. Kranepool trying to stretch a double into a 3-base hit is out. Relay going from Hank Aaron to Felix Meehan to Clete Boyer. So a fine relay play, taking the man off the bases, and now with 1 away, the batter coming up is Jerry Grote. So the Mets now have had 7 base hits. They are continuing to hit the ball hard off Pat Jarvis. Grote stepping in. He was struck out his first time up on a change of pace. And the first pitch to the right-hand batter. Curveball swung on and foul back, strike 1. Mets leading 3-2 on a 2-run home run by Ken Boswell. They got their first run on the home run by Tommie Agee. The Atlanta's runs were scored on a 2-run home run by Hank Aaron. Here's the 1-strike delivery. Fastball swung on and missed. Now at 2 strikes, Jarvis back to Grote, and a breaking ball is outside. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The next delivery, a changeup, grounded foul. Grote, who struck out on a change of pace, this time spoiled the pitch. He was out in front of it. He grounded the ball foul down the third base side. The Mets win today, they will have won the National League Championship. The pitch back to Grote. It is swung on, foul tipped into the glove of DDA, strike 3. So Grote is struck out for the second time in the ball game. That is strikeout number 6 for Pat Jarvis, and it brings up Bud Harrelson. Harrelson grounded out to short his first time up. Harrelson batting left-handed against the right-hand pitcher, and the first pitch is bunted on out toward the mound, picked up quickly by Jarvis. He gets to it and fires to first base for the out. That retires the side. But in the inning, the Mets scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. No one left on base. And the score at the end of 4, the Mets 3, the Atlanta Braves 2.
Go international now and save at Natal Ramblers' once-a-year clearance sale of International Scouts, pickups, and travel-alls. See the new Scout, International's fun-loving workhorse. Test drive the rugged, dependable International pickup. 83 new improvements this year. Try the new International Travel-All, the super wagon that sleeps 3, rides 9, and responds with brute power to tote more than any other wagon on the road. Special seasonal savings on many luxury options, too. Go for International's Best of the Year prices and bring home a working playmate today from Natal Ramblers, South Broadway and Saratoga Springs.
For the Atlanta Braves in the fifth inning, Tony Gonzalez up against Nolan Ryan. Ground ball hit down to first. Greenpool up with it. He'll race to the bag and take it on his fifth. So, one away, nobody on. Top half of inning number 5. Hank Aaron coming up. He has been pure murder this series. Aaron hit a 2-run homer over the center field fence in the first inning, and he doubled to left center in the third inning. Now the windup and the pitch by Nolan Ryan, a curve in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Hank Aaron, number 3 in the all-time home run derby. He takes inside and high, it's ball 2. In the history of baseball, only Babe Ruth and Willie Mays have hit more home runs than Henry Aaron. Let's playing the outfield deep and around the left against Aaron. Ryan's 2-0 delivery. It's popped up into short right field. Ken Boswell in shallow right is under it waiting, and he makes the catch. Now 2 outs and nobody on. Here is the cleanup batter, Rico Carty, to face Nolan Ryan. Rico has bounced out to short and been struck out, nothing for 2. And he looks at a curve this high, 1 ball and no strikes. Manager Gil Hodges brought Ryan in the ball game in the third inning. Fastball outside and high, 2-0. Ryan came in with runners on second and third, nobody out, on a count of 1-2 on Rico Carty. He fired 1 pitch, and that struck out Carty. Now he misses inside and falls behind on Carty. 3 balls and no strikes. They gave an intentional walk to Cepeda to load the bases. He then struck out Boyer and got DDA to pitch out of the jam. And a fastball at the letters, 3-1. Delivery. Swing on a miss. A high hard run. It's 3-2. When Ryan has his control, he is one of the very best. He gets as much velocity on a fastball as any pitcher in baseball. The payoff pitch, foul ball, back over our heads up into the mezzanine section. Standing room crowd gathered at Shea. Clear skies, a beautiful afternoon. Absolutely no humidity. It just could not be more comfortable. Tommie Agee playing Carty over toward right center. And the 3-2 pitch, too high, ball 4. Rico draws a walk on 3-2. That's the second walk by Nolan Ryan. The other was intentional to Cepeda. And now the hitter is Cepeda. He doubled in the first, threw the intentional walk in the third. Orlando Cepeda has 4 hits and 9 times at bat in the series. Now Eddie Cranepool holds against the runner and a foul back over the screen, strike 1. With Ryan pitching and the great velocity that he gets on his fastball, baseball fans who are in the area behind home plate, regardless of the level of the stadium, have a great chance to go home with a souvenir. The 1-strike pitch, fastball over, strike 2. Oh, did he have the stuff on that? Mets lead 3-2 on Ken Boswell's 2-run homer into the bullpen. Bullpen coach Joe Pignatano caught the ball after it went over the wall. Fouled off the end of the bat, back up into the crowd. And by the reaction of the crowd, crowd, it must have been a good play by one of the grandstand outfielders. And the pitch on the way. High foul ball wafted back over the backstop and into the crowd. Baltimore and Minnesota play at Minneapolis this afternoon. That game should be getting underway now in a very few minutes. Ex-Met Bob Miller is ticketed to pitch for Minnesota against Jim Palmer of the Orioles. Baltimore winning yesterday 1-0 and 11 on a 3-hit shutout by McNally. The two-strike delivery by Ryan, and again it's foul back upstairs. Cepeda getting around and just getting enough of that fastball to foul it off. Now Ryan in the set position, fires, and a long drive deep to left center that is gone. A two-run homer by Orlando Cepeda, and the Atlanta Braves regain the lead. They are in front 4-3. Well, he earned that one. He kept fouling off one fastball after another, and then he got all of it and hit a ball far over the left center field wall at the 396 mark. The first hit given up by Nolan Ryan, but it was a long one. And so the walk of Rico Carty on 3 and 2 proves costly to Nolan Ryan. The Braves are back in front. Each team has now hit 2 home runs. Henry Aaron and Orlando Cepeda for the Braves. Cleet Boyer looks at a curve outside, ball 1. During the regular season, Cepeda hit 22 home runs and knocked 88 runs in. Fouled, back over the screen, 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a tremendous home run by Cepeda. It not only went over the wall, but it went over the special seats that were constructed for the Vietnam veterans. Ball had to travel about 430 feet. Grounder going foul down the third base line, 1 and 2. Home runs have accounted for all 7 runs in the game. For the Mets, Tommie Agee, a home run with nobody on, and Ken Boswell with a man on. Boyer waiting, and he pops one into the air to center field. Tommie Agee coming in, flips the glasses, and makes the catch. 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors, none left on. At the end of 4 1/2 innings, the Atlanta Braves 4 and the New York Mets 3.
Shop the Gateway Discount Store. Shop the Gateway Discount Store.
In fine 12-gauge acrylic knit, sizes 34 to 40. Girls' dresses $1, $2, and $3, sizes 4 to 14. The regular price $3.97. And pink lotion detergent, 4 bottles for $1. New soft formula. Yes, it really pays to shop at the James Way Discount Department Store in the West Hill Shopping Plaza. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 10.
In the last of the 5th inning, Nolan Ryan leads off against Pat Jarvis. The Braves now leading 4-3. And a fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. For Nolan Ryan, his second time up. He was struck out his previous trip. Pat Jarvis has struck out 6. And he gets the outside corner, strike 2. Tommie Agee on deck, and then Wayne Garrett. Jarvis into his windup. The pitch to Nolan Ryan is off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitching 1 and 2. It's fouled off by Nolan Ryan, coming back up into the crowd, and the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Atlanta 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. New York 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Now the 1-2 delivery, and a ground ball hit toward the hole on through into right field, a base hit for Nolan Ryan. So Ryan has got off with a single to right field. Right here we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WKAJ-FM, Saratoga Springs, New York. 102.3 on your FM dial, the home of the New York Mets.
Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner. We are in the last of the 5th inning at Shea with the Braves in front, 4-3. Left-hander George Stone and right-hander Cecil Upshaw start warming up for Atlanta. And Tommie Agee will be facing Pat Jarvis. Agee has 2 for 2, a double to left, and a home run over the center field fence. Tommie now has 4 hits and 11 times at bat in the series. Here's the pitch on the way, and a half swing. It's a slider on the outside corner, strike 1. Boyer is in close at third, just in case of a bunt. Agee showing no indication of it. Ryan leading off first. And a drive in the air to left field. Hardy is moving back to the warning track, and he has it. Well hit by Tommie Agee, but taken on the edge of the warning track. Now with 1 away, it brings up Wayne Garrett. Wayne hit a hard line drive into a double play. The ball caught by the pitcher, and it doubled up Tommie Agee in the first inning. He was called out in the third. The Mets have out hit the Braves 8-6, but trail 4-3. And a high drive deep to right. Bearing. There it goes. A home run. Major league home run, and it was major league in every respect. Tremendous clout by Garrett to put New York back in front. His only other major league home run was off Cincinnati's Gary Nolan. In the game yesterday in Atlanta, with the wind blowing in from right field, he hit a ball to the wall in right center field that was caught. So the home run battle continues on, and now the Mets are in front 5-4. The batter is Cleon Jones. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball over, strike 1. 9 runs in the game. They've all been accounted for by home runs. Mets now have out-homered Atlanta 3-2, and they lead in the game 5-4. Pat Jarvis out of his windup. The pitch to Cleon. A line drive down the right field line. Fair ball. A base hit. Jones around first is on his way to second. He'll pull in at second base, standing up with a double. That brings Lumen Harris out of the Atlanta dugout. That ball was not hit hard by Cleon. It was an inside pitch, and he's so strong, he just kind of overpowered it and hit a soft line drive that was fair by less than a foot down the right field line. It rolled over in foul territory, and Cleon went to second. During the regular season, Cleon had 25 two-base hits. And George Stone, the left-hander, is coming in to replace starter Pat Jarvis. So Pat Jarvis has been knocked out of the box by the New York Mets in the 5th inning. He will leave the ball game after pitching 4 1/3. And at the moment, he has given up 5 runs, allowed 10 hits. He walked none and struck out 6. George Stone, during the season, won 13 and lost 10. He was used both as a starter and relief pitcher, although more consistently as a starter. He faced the Mets 3 times. He won none and lost one. He lost the ball game pitching in relief for the New York Mets on the 9th of August. Mets winning that ball game by a score of 5-3. Stone has a lifetime record against New York of 1-1. George Stone, a left-hander, being brought in by manager Luman Harris. What an exciting ball game this is. Atlanta went in front 2-0 on a 2-run homer by Aaron in the first. The Mets scored a run in the third on a home run by Tommie Agee. The Mets took the lead 3-2 on Boswell's 2-run homer in the fourth. The Braves regained the lead at 4-3 on Cepeda's 2-run homer. And now the Mets have taken the lead back 5-4 on a 2-run homer by Wayne Garrett. The Mets had 3 home runs in winning yesterday's ball game. Each of the home runs yesterday came with a man on. So, 9 runs have crossed the plate, and they've all been propelled in that direction by a home run. Now, here are the warm-ups for the American League Championship Series game in Minnesota. For the Baltimore Orioles, it will be Jim Palmer, a right-hander. And for the Minnesota Twins, ex-Met Bob Miller. Bob Miller was one of the original Mets in 1962. He won 1 and lost 12 that year, and he got his victory on the last day of the season. Mets had claimed Bob Miller in the expansion. They later traded him to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Dodgers traded him on to Minnesota. Art Shamsky will be the first man to face left-hander George Stone. Art Shamsky in this series has 7 hits and 11 times at bat. Art singled to right his last time up. He has 1 for 2 today. 1 out, a runner on second. It's left-hander against left-hander, and the pitch by Stone. Fastball over, strike 1 call. Left-hander George Stone is from Ruston, Louisiana. He's 6'3" and 210 pounds. He went to college at Louisiana Tech. The 1-strike delivery. Ground ball hit down to first base. Cepeda grabs the hop. The pitcher comes over to cover. Shamsky is out. And Cleon moves on to third. Ken Boswell coming up. Boswell has singled to left and hit a 2-run homer into the bullpen and right. Braves play the infield back now with 2 men away. Cleon Jones is on third. New York in front 5-4. We are in the last half of the 5th inning. Now the windup by Stone. The pitch to Bossie is swung and foul tip, strike 1. The record for most home runs in one World Series game by a rookie is shared by Charlie Keller and Tony Kubek of the 1939 and 1957 New York Yankees. Next pitch by Stone, a line drive hard to right field, and has to trap it. It's a base hit. And in to score comes Cleon Jones. It was trapped. Aaron tried to put it on. Naturally, but it pays to have that umpire down the foul line. Ogie Donatelli was umpiring on the foul line and immediately ruled that the ball had been trapped. A hard line drive into right field. So Boswell comes up with his 3rd hit of the game, drives home a run, and the Mets now lead 6-4. Ken Boswell now has 3 for 3 and 3 runs batted in. Ed Craneboule facing George Stone. The tall left-hander kicks and delivers. And Craneboule tries to butt his way on, but bunts the ball foul. One strike count to Ed Craneboule. Eddie Craneboule has lined out hard to right field and double to right field. So Ed has 1 for 2. Mets hoping to wrap up the National League Championship here this afternoon at Shea Stadium. Now the pitch. Fouled back over the third base dugout and out of play. Three runs are in the last half of the fifth inning. Mets now have collected 11 hits, and they lead 6-4. Ken Boswell leads off first. The 2-strike pitch. He's under the knees on a breaking ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Everybody in the Mets lineup has at least 1 hit with the exception of Grote and Harrelson. Pitching 1 and 2. The runner goes and a liner caught by Orlando Cepeda. The side is retired. Shoulder high, hard hit line drive right to Cepeda. So Craneboule has been up 3 times and made good contact, all 3. 3 runs. 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on. At the end of 5 innings, the New York Mets 6 and the Atlanta Braves 4. Now here's a word from Rheingold.
It's nothing new. It costs money to brew a great beer. It cost money back in 1837. It costs money today. Rheingold started brewing beer in this country in 1837, using the finest ingredients money could buy. And even though things cost a lot more today, Rheingold's still buying those same high-quality ingredients. The finest malt, choice imported and domestic hops, costly ingredients that give Rheingold its great extra-dry flavor and its proud 10-minute head.
My beer is Rheingold, the dry beer. Ask for Rheingold whenever you buy beer. Rheingold says they so high. Rheingold's brewed extra dry. Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer?
The Rheingold 10-minute head. Haven't you timed it yet? Rheingold Breweries, New York and Orange, New Jersey.
We go to the 6th inning at Shea Stadium. The Mets now leading the Braves by a score of 6-4. Third game of the championship series. If the Mets can win today, they nail down the National League flag. The World Series will get underway in the American League City next Saturday, October 11th. Right now, Baltimore leads Minnesota 2 games to none in the best 3 of 5 series. It could very well be that the Mets and the Orioles could be sitting around from Monday to Saturday waiting on the series. Neither manager would relish that idea. It's hard to keep your pitching sharp. Nolan Ryan out of his windup, and the pitch to DDA is taken high, ball 1. DDA, the Atlanta catcher, has flied to center and flied to left, nothing for 2. A pop foul going over toward the crowd behind third. Cecil Upshaw continues to work in the Atlanta bullpen, indicating that Luman Harris will put up a pinch hitter. The pitcher, George Stone, is scheduled to hit third in this inning. The Braves cannot hang back and wait. They must win. The 1-1 delivery. Ground ball, bounced slowly on the right side. Craneboule going for it. Turns and throws. Out at first base. Beautiful play by Eddie Craneboule. He went wide to his right on the slow grounder, and after he lunged for it and got it in his glove, he had to spin completely around. Fire the ball to Ryan, the pitcher, who had come over to cover. 1 man down. Now the hitter is Grote. Grote has reached on a walk and flied to center, nothing for one. Now Ryan takes a deep breath to relax himself. Around comes the right arm, swing and a miss and a fastball, strike one. For the best products and service on the road, make Citgo your gas station. It's a nice place to visit. Now the curve and the half swing he held in time. Grote did not like the call. My umpire had Sudol, and he asked Sudol to check with the first base umpire. Sudol does, and gets the backing to substantiate the call. One ball and one strike to Gil Garrido. Now Ryan out of his windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit down to third, handled by Wayne Garrett. And he throws to first in time. Garrido never left the batter's box. I think he's going to argue that the ball came off of his foot and should be called a foul ball. But it is not. It is a fair ball, and he's out, and he never left the batter's box. George Stone will come up to hit. Lumen might have gone to a pinch hitter had either man in front of Stone gotten on. Stone is a pretty good hitter in his own right. Swing and a miss, strike one. Now the pitch by Nolan Ryan. Fastball high, one ball and one strike. As a hitter this year, George Stone, the big southpaw from Ruston, Louisiana, has 11 hits and 59 times at bat, including a home run. Low and outside, it's 2-1. 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the sixth. The Mets lead the Braves 6-4. Swing and a miss at Ryan's Express, that blazing fastball. Pitching 2-2. It's over, strike three call. Ryan gets the Braves 1-2-3. For Nolan Ryan, who struck out 2 when he came in the game in the third, that is his 4th strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. After 5 1/2 innings, the New York Mets 6 and the Atlanta Braves 4.
When you're building or buying a house, you naturally want your heating system to be clean, dependable, safe, and economical. That's why so many builders of quality homes specify oil heat. No competitive fuel heats cleaner than modern oil. Oil burners are expertly engineered, precision-built equipment. You can rely on them no matter how bad the weather, and here's why. Unlike other heating systems, your fuel supply is right at home when you use oil. You don't have to worry about service interruptions. Dawny Oil Corporation, your local Shell fuel oil dealer, will be happy to show you how little it costs to install a safe, reliable oil heating system in your home. They'll also explain how little it costs to keep your home comfortable and warm with clean, modern Shell heating oil. Call them today, 885-6224. That's 885-6224 for the Dawny Oil Corporation. Call today, 885-6224.
For the New York Mets, Gary Grote will be up against George Stone. As we go now to the bottom half of the 6th inning, New York in front 6-4. And the curve is in the dirt out in front of home plate, ball 1. The Mets have hit 3 home runs, the Braves have hit 2. Inside and low, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Line drive hit hard. Grote is on his way to second. He goes in standing up with a double. Gary Grote hitting a hard line drive double into the right field corner. Now Bud Harrelson coming up. The Atlanta Braves have their ace fireman, Cecil Upshaw, working in the bullpen. And Eddie Yost wants to talk to Bud Harrelson. Yost, the third base coach, calling Harrelson down. Say, how about shaking the old cola drag? Get the one that's really mad, the one with the mad, mad taste, R.C. the Comer. Now Stone out of the stretch, delivers low and outside. A screwball missing, 1 ball and no strikes. Defensively, the Braves have shortened up at first and third in case of a bunt. He squares around, bunts the ball back toward the mound, but back to the beautiful bunt. The throw just gets him. Harrelson moves the runner with a beautiful bunt. He bunted the ball directly toward the mound, but he had that backspin on it. The ball started rolling back toward the plate. Nolan Ryan coming up with a runner on third and 1 man out. Ryan got a base hit his last time up. The Orioles and the Minnesota Twins are underway in Minnesota now, and Baltimore did not score in the first inning. Jim Palmer is pitching for Baltimore and Bob Miller for Minnesota. We are going to get a pitching change. Upshaw is coming in. The pitching coach of the Atlanta Braves, former American League pitching star Harry Dorish, goes out to the mound. To make the pitching change, Luman Harris wants a right-hander in the game to face Nolan Ryan. So Cecil Upshaw is coming in. Upshaw recorded 27 pitching saves during the course of the regular season. This will be his 63rd ball game. So George Stone gets credit for pitching 1 inning while he's on the mound, and at the moment has allowed no runs, given up 2 hits. The Mets have a total of 12 hits in the game. Stone walked none and struck out none. Cecil Upshaw has now relieved in all 3 games of the playoff series. So far, he's worked 3 2/3 innings in 2 relief appearances and allowed 2 runs and 3 base hits. Cecil Upshaw. Tall, side-arming right-hander. New York 6 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Atlanta Braves 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Mets have lugged out the heavy artillery against Atlanta in yesterday's game and today's game. The Mets hit 3 home runs, each with a man on, and winning yesterday 11-6. And they have hit 3 home runs in the game today, accounting for 5 of their 6 runs. Cecil Upshaw is from Spearsville, Louisiana, and he stands 6'6". He went to Centenary College in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is his second full year with the Braves. He came up year before last for a half a season. His motion is very difficult for a right-hand hitter. He's tall, but he pitches sidearm. Now we're ready to go. The Braves bring the infield in close. And the batter is Nolan Ryan. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss, strike one. Braves playing the infield right on the edge of the infield grass. And the pitch thrown is swung on. A ground ball is slowly to third. The runner will hold. Boyer throws to Cepeda to erase Nolan Ryan, 2 down. Now leadoff batter Tommie Agee. What a big game for Tommie. He doubled to left. He hit a home run over the center field wall. He lined out very hard to Carty in left field. Minnesota scored a run off Jim Palmer in the first. At the end of one, Minnesota won, Baltimore nothing. Now the infield drops back with 2 men away. And a sidearm curve is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 delivery to Agee. He goes after it and misses, 1-1. Mets took the lead for the second time on Wayne Garrett's 2-run homer in the 5th inning. The 1-1 delivery and a slow ground ball coming off the mound and bobbling the ball. All hands are safe. 30 is at the score. Agee is on. Ball was bobbled by the pitcher, Cecil Upshaw. It will be scored as an infield hit. I don't think he could have thrown Agee out had he fielded the ball clean. And now the Mets have a 3-run lead. It's 7-4. Third hit of the game for Tommie Agee. Wayne Garrett stepping in. That run will be charged to George Stone. Here's the pitch to Wayne. On the inside corner, a call strike. Garrett lined into a double play in the first, was struck out in the third, and then unloaded. A long 2-run homer to make it 5-4 New York in the 5th inning. Now throw to first by Upshaw. Not in time, Agee gets back. The Mets lead 7-4 in the 6th inning. And a quick throw over is not in time. Big crowd at Shea starting to get on Upshaw a little bit. Garrett, a left-hand hitter, overly close back, feet close together. And the pitch. It's popped up. In foul territory, coming back is DDA, the catcher. He's under it, and he has it for the out. Side retired in the last of the 6th inning. The Mets score 1 run. There were 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. At the end of 6 innings, the New York Mets 7 and the Atlanta Braves 4.
Hello, I'm Wally Cox for Canada Dry with news of a real refreshment breakthrough. It's new Sport Cola, the new kind of cola, 99% caffeine-free. It happened this way. We thought about you parents who may not want your kids to have caffeine, or who even avoid it yourselves. And we asked the question, what does the caffeine ingredient do for a good, healthy thirst? The answer, practically nothing. Then our Canada Dry Flavor Masters went to work and created Sport Cola. A rich, refreshing, full-flavored cola. A kicky, clean-tasting cola that does nice cola things for your thirst and does them without added caffeine. We are quite pleased. Try Sport Cola, the new kind of cola. 99% caffeine-free. Sport Cola.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Bob Murphy and Ralph Kiner at Shea Stadium in New York. The Mets are leading the Braves by a score of 7-4. Felix Millan is up in the seventh. Nolan Ryan's pitch is a fastball high. It's ball one. The Mets have 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Braves 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Millan is the leadoff man in the Braves batting order. That's in for a called strike. Millan was on base 5 times yesterday. Today he flied to right, flied to left, and grounded out short to first. 1 ball and 1 strike to count with Tony Gonzalez waiting in the on-deck circle. Nolan Ryan now with the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right side, out of play, and it's 1-2. Nolan Ryan, the pitcher of record on the long side of this 7-4 score here. Gary Gentry started today's ball game and worked 2 innings and worked the 2 men in the third before he was removed. He went out of the ball game on the short side of a 2-0 score, but was taken off the hook, and here is the pitch swung on and lined into left. Jones is coming up and makes the catch of the line drive. 1 man out for the Braves, batting in the top half of the 7th inning, and Tony Gonzalez is coming up now. He's been a tough out for the New York Mets in this series. He's 2 for 3 here this afternoon, a left-hand batter, picked up by the Atlanta Braves in a trade from the San Diego Padres after he had been left exposed by the Philadelphia Phillies in the early rounds of the expansion draft and chosen by no one. His former manager, Gene Mott, managing at Montreal, never did choose him. He was chosen by the San Diego Padres. Then when Felipe Alou went out with a cracked forefinger in July, Gonzalez stepped into center field and was a big man in the drive to the top of the West for the Atlanta Braves. It's a curveball high, and ball 1 now to Tony Gonzalez. Henry Aaron is waiting in the on-deck circle. 1 man out, nobody on base. Ryan gets the ball and throws it back. A swing and a miss. He tried to check it, but took it through, and it's 1-1. Aaron tried a short hop out there in right field a moment ago, and as outfielders will do from time to time, tried to get an out call on it. Here is a 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off out of play. It's 1-2, which brought to mind the fact that he pulled it off just 12 years ago in 1957 in Milwaukee in a series between the Yankees and the Atlanta Braves on a drive hit by Mickey Mantle. In this particular case, umpire Augie Donatelli happened to be just beside him at the time the ball hit out there. It drove in a run. Now here is the 1-2 pitch. Curveball fouled off, and it holds 1-2 to Tony Gonzalez. This has been a wild and woolly series. The New York Mets have scored 27 runs in 3 days against the Atlanta Braves. Here is the 1-2 delivery. Fastball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 for the fireballer, Nolan Ryan. 2 away, Braves batting in the 7th, and Henry Aaron is coming up. Hit a 2-run homer to stake the Braves to an early 2-run lead. He doubled in the 3rd. He popped to 2nd in the 5th inning off Ryan. Henry Aaron is 2 for 3, one of the superstars of this game of baseball. As the pitch high inside, he ducks away from it. It's 1-0. Henry Aaron made the jump all the way to the major leagues from Jacksonville in the Class A Sally League, joining the Milwaukee Braves in 1954. He got his big chance in the outfield when an outfielder named Bobby Thompson broke an ankle. Thompson, who had hit the home run heard round the world in 51 for the Giants. Breaking pitch high. It's 2-0 now to Henry Aaron. It was a Henry Aaron home run against the St. Louis Cardinals in 1957 that gave the Milwaukee Braves their first pennant. Here's a swing and a foul ball off and out of play, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Aaron finished that 1957 season as the Braves center fielder. Felix Mantilla, a shortstop, and Bill Bruton, a center fielder, had collided. Bruton was out for the remainder of the year, and so Aaron was switched over to center field. He has the speed, the poise, the arm. He didn't like it in center field. Here's the 2-1 delivery. A little low, and it's 3-1 now. We have a pitching change now for the Minnesota Twins, with Baltimore batting in the top of the 2nd in the American League Championship Series. Dick Woodson has relieved Bob Miller in the 2nd inning. Fastball is popped up to the left side. Shortstop Bud Harrelson on the outfield grass, waiting for the towering pop. He makes the catch. So the side is retired by Ryan in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. in the middle of the seventh inning. The score is the Mets 7, the Braves 4.
Shop the Jamesway Discount Store. Shop the Jamesway Discount Store. Greatest values time and time again.
Hurry to Jamesway. Doorbuster days are going on. Johnson Pledge at 88 cents. Pierced earring jewelry boxes for 97 cents, a regular $1.58 value. Men's insulated pack boots at $4. Men's flannel shirts just $1, sizes small, medium, and large. Full-fashioned cardigans, $2. Delicious turnouts in fine 12-gauge acrylic knit, sizes 34 to 40. Girls' dresses, $1, $2, and $3, sizes 4 to 14. The regular price, $3.97. And pink lotion detergent, 4 bottles for $1. New soft formula. Yes, it really pays to shop at the Jamesway Discount Department Store in the West Hill Shopping Plaza. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 10.
And now the New York Mets come up in the bottom half of the seventh inning, leading in this game by a score of 7-4, and Cleon Jones will be the batter. Cleon is 2 for 3 today. He batted .340 during the National League season for the New York Mets. If the New York Mets maintain the lead and win this ball game, they win the National League pennant. An unbelievable achievement. Cecil Upshaw working in relief. Right-hand pitcher to the right-hand batter, and it is taken high for a ball. Cleon bluffing and taking the pitch. Archamsky moves up there on deck. Agee's had a home run today for the Mets. Boswell's had a 2-run homer. Wayne Garrett's had a 2-run homer. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and it is swung on and popped up towards second. Gil Garrido, the shortstop, moves over behind the bag. He's there and waiting. Garrido makes the catch with a lot of white showing in the glove. There's one away, and that'll bring up Archamsky. Shamsky is 1 for 3. He's been swinging a big bat for the New York Mets in this championship series. Shamsky is 7 for 12 in this 3-game series. He hit an even .300 for the Mets during the regular season. He's an authentic Major League .300 hitter, Archamsky. Curveball, and it's in there for a called strike. Upshaw delivers with a sidearm delivery that sometimes is so low that it's almost a submarine pitch. Again, he's into the motion. Here's the strike one delivery. Swung on it on the ground to second. It's taken by Leon and bobbled. He throws away from him, and Shamsky's on it first. Leon moved to his right, stuck the glove down to put it up one-handed, and he is charged with an error as he booted it. Rod Gasper comes out to run for Shamsky, and the hand is for Shamsky. He's out of the ball game. Rod Gasper will stay in defensively for the New York Mets in place of Shamsky in right. That was the first error of this ball game, and now Boswell's up. He is 3 for 3 today. He has driven in 3 of the Mets' 7 runs. A home run and 2 singles. Ken Boswell, who had a lot to do with the New York Mets down the stretch when he hit more than 400. Throw to first is not in time, and Gasper's back safely. Upshaw with the pitch now to the left-hand batter, and it's hit in the air to center field. Anthony Gonzalez retreats a step or two and makes the catch. Halfway, Gaspar goes back to first base. Ed Craneville's coming up now. He's 1 for 3. He doubled in the 4th inning, was out trying to stretch it into a triple, but he has hit the ball hard 3 times. A line drive to right, a hard double, and a line drive to first. Ed Craneville coming up. Don Clendenin and Ron Swoboda, both right-hand batters, have not played in this championship series. Gil Hodges maintaining a strong bench and going with his left-hand batting lineup. Throw to first, Gasper's back safely. The Mets are leading by a score of 7-4, and they're batting in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Swing and a ground ball to first, taken by Cepeda. Unassisted, he kicks the bag, and the side is retired. So it is no runs, no hits, and error on 1 left. At the end of 7 full innings of play, the score is the New York Mets 7, the Atlanta Braves 4.
Oh, look, Ted. The Kellys in the parade with their new car.
Yeah, Mavis, I see.
What is it? Sure looks expensive. One of those big, fancy European cars, I'll bet.
Mavis, that's an American Motors Ambassador SST. No more expensive than a lot of Fords or Chevys.
If I know Marianne Kelly, I'll bet they chinced on the extras to get a car that looks like that.
That Ambassador has air conditioning, individually adjustable reclining seats.
How do you know so much about the Kellys' Ambassador?
Air conditioning is standard equipment, not an option on all new Ambassadors.
Ted, you know, we really could use a new car. Could we...
Mavis, I've already ordered our new Ambassador.
Wait till I see Marianne Kelly.
See your Northeast American Motors dealer having the most exciting auto show in town. Whatever you want in a car, he's got it ready for immediate delivery. Your Northeast American Motors dealer.
Now manager Gil Hodges makes the defensive moves he's been making all year. He puts Al Weiss in at second base in place of Boswell. He puts Jasper in right field in place of Shamsky. The contributions of Weiss and Jasper have been considerable to the New York Met cause. The Mets have been a 25-man baseball team this year. Now Rico Carty is up to lead off for the Atlanta Braves here in the top half of the 8th inning. Rico Carty. In the American League, Baltimore got 3 runs in the top of the 2nd. It's Baltimore 3, Minnesota 1, midway of the 2nd inning. Jim Palmer against Bob Miller, relieved by Dick Woodson in the 2nd inning. Here's a fastball in for a called strike. If Baltimore maintains that lead and wins the ball game, Baltimore wins the American League pennant. Then it would be the winner here against the Baltimore Orioles. A curveball in for a called strike to Rico Carty. The Orioles started the day 2 games up, 2 games to none against the Minnesota Twins in the American League Championship playoff. Fastball hit on the ground wide of third, and it is knocked down by Garrett and then kicked away, and so Carty is on at first. Garrett moved his left, tried to short up the ball, and did not come up with it cleanly, and then booted it away onto the infield grass. Carty is a leadoff runner on at first with a base hit. A truth in lending is nothing new at Household Finance, where before you sign on the dotted line, you'll know what your loan will cost. Trust Household Finance. Orlando Cepeda is coming up. He has had a double and intentional walk and a long 2-run homer. His 2-run homer in the 5th puts the Atlanta Braves temporarily back out in front in this ball game. Braves are batting in the top of the 8th, and here is the pitch. It's low for a ball. Rico Carty on at first base with nobody out, and the Mets are leading the Braves by a score of 7-4. That pitch is low for a ball. On the message board, happy anniversary to the Met entry of Barbara and Al Weiss, celebrating number 7 here today. Phil Niekro, the knuckleballer who started this championship series, is warming in the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves. Here's a pitch in for a called strike to Cepeda. Niekro up and throwing, the knuckleballer for the Atlanta Braves in the bullpen. He won 23 games for them during the regular season. This will be a 2-1 delivery as Carty leads at first. Craneville plays behind him there. Swing and a miss by Cepeda at the plate. It's 2-2. The Mets 7 runs on 13 hits, and the Atlanta Braves 4 runs on 7 hits. Nolan Ryan came on here with nobody out in the top half of the 3rd inning. When he came in, there were runners at 2nd and 3rd. He struck out Carty, walked Cepeda intentionally. That loaded the bases. He struck out Boyer and got Didier on a fly ball to left to get out of the inning without damage being done. Any damage then might have been irreparable because the Braves were holding a 2-0 lead at that time. Ryan takes a little walk around the mound, taking a breather before getting ready to work the 2-2 pitch to Orlando Cepeda. Here it is, swung on and foul back out of play. 2-2. Cepeda fouled off that fastball about 3 or 4 times before he hit it out of the ballpark on Nolan Ryan in the top half of the 5th inning. So Ryan now is trying to get by Cepeda and Boyer to get on down into the lower part of this batting order. The Braves up in the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch, and it's in there for a call strike three. He went to a breaking pitch. He went to a breaking pitch and struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Nolan Ryan. One away, and Clete Boyer's coming up. He is grounded out, struck out, and flied out so far in this ball game. Boyer's a right-hand batter. The Mets are leading by a score of 7-4. Bill Niekro continues to throw in the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves. Nolan Ryan's pitch breaks low and away. Blocked by Jerry Grote, who is Ryan's roommate on the road. They speak the same language. They're both from Texas. Nolan Ryan from Alvin, Texas, and Jerry Grote from San Antonio, Texas. 1-0 is the count to Clete Boyer. With Bob Didier on deck. Mike Lum has moved over to the bat rack now. He has been the Braves' most dependable pinch hitter. Here's a swing and a foul ball out to the right side of play. It's 1-1. Mike Lum hanging around the bat rack with Clete Boyer, the number 6 man in the order at the plate, followed by Bob Didier, the catcher. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it's in there for a call strike, a fastball. The Clete Boyer just about fell high. It's 1-2. The Mets 7, the Braves 4 in the third game of the championship series. Best 3 of 5. The Mets came into this game today leading 2 games to none. Here's a swing and a foul ball to the right side and out of play. Count holds at 1-2 to Clete Boyer. Shea Stadium draped in all the bunting, symbolic of this occasion. Here today, Nolan Ryan checks the runner at first base. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's in there for a call strike three. Look at the fastball again, and got a strikeout. His 7th of the ball game. That is the second time that Ryan has struck out Boyer. Mike Lum will bat for catcher Bob Didier. Mike Lum will bat for Didier. During the National League season, he hit .268. He had 1 homer and 22 runs batted in. In the championship series, Lum is 1 for 1. Mike Lum will bat for Bob Didier. Jerry Grote goes out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher, Nolan Ryan. The Mets lead 7-4. 2 men out and a runner at first base. New York Mets would like to get out of this inning right here, so that in the 9th inning, they'd be facing the bottom of the batting order, the number 8 and number 9 men with possible pinch hitters there, and then Felix Millan, before getting to the likes of Tony Gonzalez, Henry Aaron, and Rico Carty. They'd like not to have to get to them, if at all possible. Mike Lum is a left-hand batter. Mets have a 3-run lead. Hardy takes his lead at first base. Ryan's pitch swung on and fouled off to the left side. Out of play, it's strike 1. Now again, Ryan looks in to get a side from Jerry Grote. He has it. He sets up, and here is the pitch. It's low for a ball. It's 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Swung on and fouled out to the left side. It's 1-2. At the end of 2 innings of play in the American League at Minnesota, the Baltimore Orioles 3 and the Minnesota Twins 1. Jim Palmer against Bob Miller, relieved by Dick Woodson in the second inning. Baltimore leading 3-1 at the end of 2. In games, Baltimore leading 2 games to none over Billy Martin's Minnesota Twins. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on line into left field, and it's going to be in there for a base hit. Taken by Cleon Jones and played back. Moving to second is Carty there. Runners at first and second, and Felipe Lou is going to come out to bat now. Tying run at the plate. And Lou will bat for Gil Garrido. He cracked a forefinger in July and was replaced by Gonzalez for most of the games down the stretch. He's been taking batting practice right along. Lou hit .282 during the season with 5 homers and 33 runs batted in. We're going to get some action down in the Met bullpen now as well. 2 base hits for the Atlanta Braves off Nolan Ryan here in the 8th inning. The Mets are leading 7-4. The Braves have runners at first and second with 2 men out. Felipe Alou, a major league veteran, a right-hand batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on line to short, taken by Harrelson for the out. A line shot. And at that moment, the Mets had Ron Taylor and Jack Delaro throwing in the bullpen, but the side is retired. Alou hit the ball on the button. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. In the middle of the 8th inning, the score is the Mets 7, the Braves 4.
I don't know why I love you like I do. I wanna drive your ginger ale. I don't know why you refresh me like you do. I wanna drive ginger ale. You always quench my thirst. You're not a sweet thing. You always go so well with what I'm eating. But I don't know why I love you like I do. We don't know why, we just do.
Whoever expected such a different tasting soft drink to be loved by so many? Canada Dry Ginger Ale, the unexpected soft drink.
Coming up in the bottom of the 8th, the Mets are leading 7-4. The Braves have made some changes. To tell you about that and to detail the play-by-play the rest of the way, here's Ralph Kiner.
All right, Lindsey Nelson catching for the Braves now. Bob Tillman coming in for Bob Didier, who was taken out for a pinch hitter. Also going in at shortstop, Sonny Jackson replacing Gil Garrido. Garrido was taken out for a pinch hitter when Felipe Alou came in the ballgame and lined out for the last out at the top of the 8th.
Now playing shortstop, number 16, batting in the 8th position, Sonny Jackson. Batting in the 7th position, batting in the 8th position.
Sonny Jackson
number 10,
will bat in the 7th position and Tillman in the 8th. And the first batter for the Mets will be Jerry Grote. Mets are leading by a score of 7-4. They have 7 runs on 13 hits. The Braves have 4 runs and 8 base hits. On the mound, Cecil Upshaw, a sidearm right-hander, in the first pitch to Grote. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Grote has a double and 3 times up in the ball game. He's had 2 hits and 11 times up in the series. Now the next pitch is grounded down in the dirt. Grote over the top of a breaking ball, fouling the ball straight down. Braves led 2-0 at the end of 1. The Mets got a run in the 3rd on a home run by Tommie Agee to cut the lead to 1. They took the lead in the 4th inning when they scored 2 runs. They saw their lead go away when the Braves got 2 runs. They got it back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. They tacked one on in the 6th, and they lead 7-4. Next pitch is outside. Home runs in the ball game by Tommie Agee, Wayne Garrett, Ken Boswell for the New York Mets, Orlando Cepeda, and Hank Aaron for the Braves. Now a swing and a miss, strike 3. Gary Grote struck out, 1 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Bud Harrelson.
Shortstop, Bud Harrelson, number 3.
Harrelson is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Had a sacrifice in the 6th to set up a run. Batting left-handed against Upshaw. And the first pitch is inside, ball 1. Rico Cardi playing very shallow and over by the foul line in left field. And the 1-0 pitch to Harrelson. Grounded out to the second baseman, Felix Meehan. He has the ball, fires to first base, 2 men away. That'll bring up Nolan Ryan, and listen to this hand. Standing ovation for Nolan Ryan. Nolan came in the ball game with Atlanta leading 2-0. Runners at second and third. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rico Carty. Nolan out. He struck out Carty, walked Cepeda intentionally, struck out Boyer, and left the bases loaded when he got Didier to fly out the left. So Ryan, relieving Gary Gentry, receiving a tremendous ovation. In the first pitch to him, a swing and a miss, strike 1. In the 9th inning, Ryan will be pitching to a pinch hitter, Felix Meehan, and Tony Gonzalez. A 1-strike pitch. It is too high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cecil Upshaw now into the windup and the 1-1 pitch. Grounded back through the middle. A base hit into center field, and Ryan with his second base hit. Ryan with his second base hit. Mets now have 14 in the ball game. And Tommie Agee coming up. Tommie has doubled, hit a home run. He also has an infield hit and 2 runs batted in. 3 for 4 in the game. Tommie 5 for 14 in the series with 2 home runs. And the first pitch to Agee is swung on and missed, strike 1. At the end of 2, Baltimore 3, Minnesota 1. Baltimore won the first 2 games of their series. Best 3 out of 5. 1-strike pitch, swung on and missed. Agee going for a high curveball and not making contact. So Upshaw with the count at strike 2. And the pitch. Foul ball hit into the stands, and the count remains at strike 2. Mets reaching their highest hit total in this series already in this game with 14. Their previous high was 13. 2-strike pitch, grounded foul again. Agee, fooled by the pitch, just got a piece of it and stayed alive. Mets had their highest run total in the series, winning 11-6 yesterday. 11 runs in 1 ball game, their all-time high for the year. They had done it several times. Now a pitch inside. Ball gets away momentarily from Tillman, but Ryan holds it first. 1-2. Ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Agee was really swinging hard. He is struck out. That retires his side. We go to the top of the 9th. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, a man left at first. And the score. At the end of 8. The New York Mets 7, the Atlanta Braves 4.
Natal Rambler announces International's once-a-year clearance sale of new Go Anywhere, Haul Anything International Travel-Alls at best-of-the-year prices while they last. The Travel-All sleek styling is packed with luxury, space, and power. Rich color-coordinated interior, sleep 3, ride 9. Its V8 engine responds with brute power up to 235 horsepower to tow loads up to 3 tons. More than any other wagon on the road in any weather on any road. Luxury optional extras at special seasonal savings include 4-wheel drive, power steering, automatic automatic transmission, built-in air conditioning, wood grain side panels, stereo, and bucket seats. Engine choices range from 145 horsepower Power Thrift 6 to the rugged Power Pack 235 horsepower V8. Go International, and you'll go for International's clearance sale prices at Natal Rambler, South Broadway, Saratoga. Come in and pick your new International Travelall that outtows, outgoes, and outshows any other wagon, and drive it home today.
We're going now to the top of the ninth inning. The Mets leading 7-4, and we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
This is WKAJ-FM, Saratoga Springs, New York. 102.3 on your FM dial, the home of the New York Mets.
And with that roar, a catch in center field by Tommie Agee on the first pitch to Bob Aspromani, batting for the pitcher Cecil Upshaw. Line drive to center field. Now the Mets 2 outs away. And the batter coming up is Felix Millan. Mets leading 7-4. One man out, top of the ninth inning. Millan is 0 for 4 in this game, and the first pitch by Ryan is high, a fastball missing ball 1. Millan has yet to swing at the first pitch in this series. Now at 1-0, Ryan back, and a fastball blazed through at the knees, strike 1. Ryan has struck out 7. The 1-1 delivery. Fastball grounded out to short. Charging in is Harrelson. He has the ball. It's going to first base for out number 2. So the Mets are 1 out away from their impossible dream. And the batter coming up is Tony Gonzalez. Nolan Ryan, who came in the ball game with the Mets behind 2-0 in the third. 1 out away from the National League pennant. Gonzalez has had 2 hits and 4 times up. Left-hand batter. Against Ryan, he has had no hits and 2 times up. And the first pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 1. Blazing fastball, letter high. And the pitch back, a curve, chopped out to third. Garrett has the ball, a throw to first. And the Mets are the National League champions. A wild scramble as the Mets celebrating their National League championship. Crowd pouring out in the field. The Atlanta Braves disappearing in their dugout in the background. And the Met players now going into the clubhouse. Fans in the field trying to get home plate out. Trying to get the pitcher's mound. The bags have been removed. And again, another wild scramble here at Shea Stadium. In the inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Nolan Ryan. The Mets win it by a score of 7-4.
Here in the clubhouse, it's manager Gil Hodges of the New York Mets. Gil, have you ever done this before?
Well, yes, Lindsay, but this is beautiful. I think this is going to be the greatest, just the greatest I've ever been in, and I've been in a few, and none can compare with the feeling of this right now.
Just marvelous. Gil, you were quoted in an Atlanta paper as saying that you thought the Mets could sweep this 3-game set. Did you really think so?
Well, yes, I did, but I didn't think we'd do it this way, Lindsay. I thought our pitching would hold up more, but I'm so happy that our hitting came through as it did in the 3-game series, and actually our boys out-hit their boys and played much better baseball.
You scored 27 runs in 3 days. That's an Ebbets Field power.
Well, it looked like a Robinson, Reese, Snyder, Campanella, Frillo, and all the boys at that time. And this is, I just don't know how do you explain it, Lindsay, except that these boys are so great individuals, and they just got so much confidence that they just feel they can't lose, and they're not going to lose.
Now, it looks like you're going to be playing the Baltimore Orioles. They're leading in Minnesota. How do you feel about Baltimore?
Well, I think Baltimore's a great fella, and we're getting Mayor Lindsay really tagged down there. But look at that.
Let's get him up here. Mayor Lindsay, come up and join us here, if you will. the mayor of Fun City, and it's a fun city. It is a fun city right now, Mayor.
Thank you, Gil. Thank you, Mayor. What a great day for us, huh?
I know you must have a few words for Manager Gil Hodges, Mayor.
You know, you're the most beautiful man I ever saw in my life. Thank God for you and for all the team. Well, we love you. We're so happy that you're here to enjoy this match. The whole city is overjoyed. Thank you, Mayor. I've never been wetter.
As you know, Mayor Lindsay, it looks as though it's going to be Baltimore. They're leading. Would you have a word on this telecast for the mayor of Baltimore?
Well, I want to tell the mayor of Baltimore that as much as we admire him and like him, we're going to welcome him to New York City, but he's going to come in second.
Right. Thank you very much, Mayor Lindsay. And coming up now is Mrs. Joan Payson, the principal owner of the New York Mets. Mrs. Payson. Beautiful. And Gil Hodges right here. Thank you. Thank you so much. How do you feel?
I just feel great.
It's just marvelous, isn't it?
Wonderful.
This is the day.
Have you seen such a team?
This is the day you've been waiting for, I know.
Yes, we have. Ed Painful gave me this ball. He said it's the last ball.
Marvelous.
Never believe it.
Marvelous. Now you ready for the World Series?
Yeah. Bring them on.
Bring them on, says Joan Payson, the principal owner of the New York Mets. And a little sip of champagne to toast the occasion from Tom Seaver. There you are, toasting the victory. Fine, Mrs. Payson. Fine. And now here he is, Nolan Ryan. Nolan, a magnificent performance. Thank you, Randy. You came in there with runners at second and third in the third inning. You knew you were brought in to try to get the strikeout to get out of the hole. What were your thoughts?
Well, Lindsay, when I came in the game, I hadn't had a lot of time to warm up.
That's good in your eyes if you're
not
a little.
That burns. I didn't have a whole lot of time to warm up.
Right.
And so I came in, and all I knew is that I had a good fastball. I wasn't able to throw any curves in the bullpen, and so I just knew that I had to come in and throw strikes.
You had excellent control today. Sometimes you don't. You had it all going.
Well, yes, I'd say I walked one guy today, and he ended up scoring on me, which always happens, but I had a real good fastball today, and I was able to get my curveball over when I needed to.
Nolan, you came back out of the Army, and you worked out until you got to the roster again on September 1st. This has got to be the happiest day of all for you.
Oh, yes, Lynn, this is going to be the greatest day of my life.
Nolan Ryan, who got the victory today, that won the National League pennant for the New York Mets. Nolan, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Nolan Ryan. And here he is, Cleon Jones. I was expecting Cleon to bring an Aretha Franklin record, but you didn't have one, Cleon.
Well, we played it together. Coming in last night on the plane.
Yes, we did. If I can ever get my eyes. If I can get my eyes. And Jerry Grote here on his... Attaboy. Attaboy. Jerry Grote on his birthday.
We missed you last time, Murphy. We missed him last time. We got it.
Boy, that's beautiful. I'll take it any time I can get it. Let it go.
Let it all go. Have a drink here, baby.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Hey, Cleon. Okay, Mike, how you doing? Nice talking to you, man. Hey, you know what? That tastes better.
And anything we'd comment on this wild scene here, these fans who have suffered through some of the worst teams in the history of baseball now have come up with a winner. And over 2 million fans rooted these Mets on. Their team reached its peak in September and kept its drive going in the championship series with Atlanta. They're now the National League champs and will play either Baltimore or Minnesota for the World Championship. The World Series opening next Saturday in the American League City. They're trying to clear the field. They'll need it here next week. Tony?
Kurt, you know the Braves were simply outplayed. It's just that simple, but in a different way than most people thought.
Well, this is Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek in Shea Stadium, New York. Stay tuned as we now take you to Bloomington, Minnesota for the game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins for the championship of the American League.
This is John Miley speaking. We hope that you have enjoyed this game. If you want to know more about other items that exist in the Miley collection, call 1-812-479-9143. We will look forward to talking with you and hope that you are pleased with our presentations.